Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Narc, Sociopath Abuse Clarity. And my name is Donna. In my channel, I discuss things about sociopath, narcissist abuse, and all this stuff, all the cluster B personality disorder. And I discuss it to try to give people clarity in these devil's helpers. Yes. So today's topic we're going to get into is what is a sociopath and 9 traits to look out for. Because in life, you are going to come across these people. It is what it is. You're going to come across these narcissists and these sociopaths. We're going to talk about sociopaths today. I mean, in the workplace, somebody you could be married to, dating, family, friends, or even your children. It is what it is. All right. So that's why I have this channel to help people give clarity. And also, if you need of coaching or if you have any video requests, please feel free to read the description. You can get my about page and you get my email address and feel free to contact me. And also, everything is confidential. So please like the video, share the video. If somebody else you think it might be helpful to, please share because the more awareness, the more clarity we have because these people basically wants you to think that you're the crazy one and they out here to try to drive you crazy. So the more clarity, the more awareness that you have, the more you realize you're not the crazy one, they are the crazy one. And I also suggest too, if anybody who's watching this who has children, please educate and talk to your children about it because your children is going to have to deal with them in life. They're going to come across them. So at least, if you talk to them and educate them, they will be more aware of how to deal with these people. All right, let's get into this article. So I have this real cool article, and I will be reading different articles now and then because I love to do a lot of reading on this and educate myself on this one, okay? All right, so the article is What is a Sociopath? 9 traits to look out for. And this came out in Man of Many article, and this came out May 14th, 2021. And this is based on evidence. All right, so I'm going to read the article. Let's get it. When you hear of the term sociopath, you probably think of a much publicized serial killer, Ted Bundy, and even Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lamb. But like a lot of mental health conditions, um, sociopathy, also better known as an antisocial personality disorder, ASPD. So whenever I say ASPD, that is antisocial personality disorder. Okay? Keep following me. And also make sure you leave your feedback in the comment section. Let me know, have you dealt with these type of people? Do you know much about them? Just share your thoughts. Put it in the comment section. Chop it up, because you never know, you could be helping someone else. Let me resume reading. All right, antisocial personality disorder exists on a spectrum, and not all sociopaths are even killers, let alone serial killers. Being diagnosed is not Being diagnosed is also not as frequent as you may think. Around 3% of the population are considered to have ASPD. So odds are you may be or you probably know someone affected. What is a sociopath? A sociopath is a word used to describe someone who has antisocial personality disorder, ASPD. It is hard for people with ASPD to understand the feelings of others. They may break rules or make rash or impulsive decisions with no regrets or remorse for the harm that they have caused while doing it. And that is definitely a sociopath. They don't have remorse. They don't have regrets. They just do. And they love to break the rules. They don't follow rules, and especially the rules of the law. hmm I resume reading. Mind games are a characteristic commonly associated with people who have ASPD. They may act controlling towards others, but this can be deceiving as while doing so, they often come across as charming and charismatic. So often it's hard to see if they are manipulating someone. And sociopaths are extremely charismatic and charming. Oh, yes, they are. That is so true. That's why so many people just be surprised when they find out that they are actually sociopaths. Hmm. I resume reading. Often individuals with ASPD can lie or behave violently towards others. They can often uh, turn into a violation of the law and can often lead to dependence on substance such as alcohol or drugs. It can be quite hard for people with ASPD to obey rules or accomplish tasks associated with responsibility, such as work obligation or family duties. The difference between a sociopath and psychopaths. Contrary to the popular belief, there is no official diagnosis for patients as a psychopath or a sociopath. Doctors use the term antisocial personality disorder to cover both bases. The majority of experts believe that psychopaths and sociopaths share a similar set of behavior traits. Inherently, having a poor sense of right and wrong and being unable to understand or share another person's feelings. And that's one thing that those are two things that they really have in common. I'll repeat that again. Inherently having a poor sense of right and wrong and being unable to understand or share another person's feelings. Hmm, hmm. Reason reading. But there are also differences between the two, and psychopaths are often very egocentric and highly superficial. Sociopaths can be easy to spot. You might know one or more of them. But with psychopaths, the traits are a lot harder to recognize, and you may not identify someone as a psychopath when you meet them, which could be pretty dangerous. Traits of a sociopath. Antisocial personality disorder signs and symptoms may include 1. Disregard of rules. A lack of understanding of the care about the distinction between right and wrong. This includes a lack of empathy for others and a lack of care about the decisions they are making or who they may hurt. That is definitely. They don't follow rules. They love to break rules and they don't care the fact that it might actually hurt someone else. They don't because they don't have empathy. Number 2, persistent lying. That's one thing about a sociopath. They love to lie. Let me get into like kids, they lie a lot and stuff. But when you have a child that constantly loves to lie and they keep doing that like late middle school and high school, they need to be evaluated because that is one of the signs. All right. There is a rating. Number 2, persistent lying. Deceiving or exploiting others for personal gain is a big warning sign in the behaviors of those around you. It's very hard to tell often someone is lying as they are very good at hiding the truth as they do it so often. And they do. Because that's all they do is lie, lie, lie. And they do it so well, so it's so convincing. It's second nature to them. They don't stutter. They'll look you dead in the eye and lie to you. Now tell me that's not dangerous. Put in the comment section. Share your thoughts on that one. Number 3, being charming. hmm Let's get into the charm. Being charming. Wit and charm may be used to manipulate others for personal gain or personal pleasure. Watch out for someone being overly charming. They may not be what they seem. And that is the truth. When you meet someone like in friendship or dating and stuff, watch out for the charm. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not like saying everybody out here is charming, they have a hidden agenda. But I'm talking about the one that they come a little too heavy with the charm. Mm-mm. Yep. Listen to that gut feeling. All right. Number 4, arrogance. hmm Often sociopaths are extremely opinionated, and they may believe that their opinion, their excuse me, that their option is the only one that matters. They can believe that they are superior to others and act in a way to prove this to those around them. Oh yes, they think they're above everybody. They think they better. Very arrogant, very arrogant. All right, number 5, impulsiveness. All right. Wanting to do something right now is not always a bad thing, but when you're failing, excuse me, but when you're failing to plan becomes almost a matter of habit and it is affects your daily life, there could be some underlying issues. Yep, they impulsive. What they want to do, they'll just risk takers. Very much so. And psychopaths too, big time, And it could be, sometimes being impulsive could be fun. We all have our little impulsive moments, but they do it too much without thinking. And they don't care of what could be, what could be the outcome because they just want to do it. That's why a lot of times in life, before we do something, we like to plan things out. We look at the good and the bad and the negative of what could be, the negative and positive of what could be the outcome. They don't do that. All right, number 6, aggression or violence. Hostile behavior towards others that can lead to a violent behavior should not be tolerated in any situation. In any. If this is a frequent nature reaction of yours or someone around you, seek some medical advice or help. Number 7, unnecessary risk taking. Partaking in a dangerous behavior with no regards for safety of yourself or others can be an attribute of ASPD, antisocial personality disorder. Yeah, they are risk takers. And you know, like for example, they'll just sleep around. Sociopaths. I read an article on that one too. If I could find that one, I would talk more about that. Their sexual life because they have a very high sex drive, very much so. Okay, let me go on to number 8. We'll say that for another topic. I will get into that one. All right, number 8, excuse me. Number 8, failure to fulfill work obligations. Being consistently irresponsible and repeatedly not turning up to work or doing a subpar job can lead to you losing your job or illegal activities and taking place and up in a jail. Now that's true. That's one thing too with sociopaths. They don't ever seem to really be able to hold on to a job. They always got a problem. Either they'll be late, they arguing with the boss. They don't want to follow the rules. Like rules is you're supposed to be at work at 8 o'clock. They figure I'll get there 9:15. And hey, what's the problem? What's the problem? No, it doesn't work that way. They don't want to follow rules. Um, and that's why it's about them. They always have to get a new job, and then they always complain about the job. It's like they was the target. There's nothing wrong with them. It was the job. Yeah. I'll get into a topic like that. Let me go on to number 9. Failure to fulfill financial obligation. See all of above. Everything up above this, basically what I've just said, it deals with that one. Okay. Now, got a little bit more here. Hang in there, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure you put your feet back. How to get diagnosed as a sociopath. ASPD is within the category of personality disorder characterized by repeated negative behavior. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorder, DSM 5, states that someone with ASPD can constantly show a lack of regard for others, people's feelings, or violate people's rights. People with ASPD often do not realize that their personality trait shows these behaviors and can often live their whole lives without an actual diagnosis. To receive a diagnosis of ASPD, it is stated that the person must be 18 of age or older, and their behavior must contain at least 3 of the following 7 traits. Now I'm getting ready to read it. Stay focused, everybody. Listen. 1. Lack of respect for social norms or legal system. 2. Lies and deceive others or use people for their own personal gain. 3. Show no attempt to make any long-term plans or acts without thinking about the consequences. 4. Aggressiveness or destructive behavior towards themselves or others. 5. Lack of consideration for their own safety or the safety of others around them. 6. Cannot fulfill personal or professional responsibilities. 7. No feelings of guilt or remorse after having mistreated others. And which they do. They love to mistreat others and use people for their own selfish gain. Almost done, ladies and gentlemen. A diagnosis for ASPD can include, but is not limited to Evaluating the person's feelings and thoughts against social norms, analyzes of behavioral patterns and personal relationship. This can often include asking people close to them about their behavior and evaluating the individual's pre-existing medical history for other conditions related to ASPD. Now we're going to get into what they say about treatment for these monsters. Yeah. Okay, I'm resuming reading. Treatment for sociopath. Although antisocial personality disorder is considered to be considered to last for a person's whole lifetime, in certain people, some symptoms can decrease in severity over time. It is still unclear whether this is due to aging or whether the person gained an increased awareness of the consequences of their action towards others after repeated incidents of the behavior. If you feel that you or someone close to you has 3 or more of these symptoms, it is best to gently suggest that they seek medical advice. People with suspected ASPD often will not seek help on their own. All right, that's the end of the article, and which is true. They don't seek help. Only time these monsters, these sociopaths really go and get help is because they get so much trouble with the law, and that they're forced to go and get like a medical evaluation. And see, the thing about it is with the charms that they have, and they're so charismatic, they might pull a wall over their eyes. The therapist, and it's really sad. This stuff can happen, all right, because they are master liars. They've been lying since the day they was born. They just lie, lie, lie all their lives. And that's why I say, like, if you have children, and if you know if your children is lying a lot, they're cutting school, they getting themselves in trouble all the time. Yes, kids go through phases, they do this and they do that. But what I'm saying is when it's going on all the way to like their last year of middle school, now they get in high school, they don't seem to be changing. There's something wrong. They need to be evaluated. And I know sometimes with parents, they like, other people, oh, Johnny's just being a kid. They'll grow out of it. They grow out of it. But if you have a gut feeling, listen to it. But I'll do some videos on that one. But I just want to talk about this, about the different traits traits of a sociopath. Because these people can be dangerous. But like I said, not every one of them is a serial killer and a murderer and everything. But some can lead to that. All right. So hopefully this video was, helpful and gave some clarity. And I will be discussing more of this. And like I said, share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Feel free to email me if you need coaching or if you have any questions. Okay, because I've educated myself on these demons for a very long time, for years. And then I got into the coaching and coaching people that's dealing with these, dealing with narcissist abuse, sociopath abuse, toxic people in general. Okay. And with relationship advice and find out, what's a healthy relationship. Because there are healthy relationships out here, and you deserve it. You deserve it. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Enough of this one here. Share your thoughts, opinions in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like button, and thank you for being here. And remember, stay narc free.